Hey guys, and welcome. Let us talk about how you can create your offer. So, your offer is that thing you actually sell. You don't sell products. Very important you keep this in mind. If you really want to be successful in advertising, you do not want to sell products. You want to put together an offer and sell it. So this video, we're going to explore how can you create that offer so that when you put it out there, it is not just the same thing people have been seeing, but it is different and it is something people want to tap into. And as we do all this, I want you to keep in mind that your offer taps into two important things. It taps into people's desires. What do people really want? What are their desire? How well do they want to get that stuff? And then it taps into their greed. Human beings are inherently greedy. I mean, we do everything about us just for us, right? Before we start to think about any other person. And it is not a bad thing. It's a very good thing because it's what keeps us alive. I mean, imagine if everything you did was for somebody else. That way you will not live long. You will not survive long at all. So with that in mind, let's look at some of the things you need to do when setting up your offer. The very first thing you want to do is to research your competition. Now, we've talked about this in any of the course you're having. We've actually discussed how can you research your competition, but I'm just going to breeze through this. So you want to first see what are other people offering, because the market is used to seeing a specific offer and you need to understand that offer. Otherwise, you are going to be left with a problem where you can't really sell what you're trying to sell. So you want to know what other people are selling and start from there. Now, after you've known what they're selling, you want to improve on what they're giving out. So let's go back to knowing what they're selling. How can you even research your competition? The very first thing you want to do is to visit sites like, what do you call it? Meta Ads Library. Meta Ads Library allows you to see the back end of other people's ad, right? What are they selling? So you can see ads that are presently running. So say you're an affiliate marketer, you can see what other people are running. You can see how long these ads have been running. Now, if you don't know how to you don't know how to do this, I want you to refer to the videos in the course where you will learn how to research your competition. I think it's in module 1. All right. So researching your competition is very important. And I'm just going to jump into showing you how we can assess Meta Ads Manager. So I'm just going to search it and show you how you can assess it, but we're not going to dwell on it because I don't want this video to get long. So let's see, Meta Ads Library. Sorry, not Manager, Meta Ads Library. So once we tap into Meta Ads Library, let us assume I sell wedding rings. So let's see what other people are doing about wedding rings. Now, you might not see this very clearly, so I'll be zooming in and out. So to search, once you land here, the first thing you want to do is select your country where you're going to be, running your ads. So if your ads are going to be running in Cameroon, for instance, you just tap on this place where you can see Nigeria. It will show your default country anyway, wherever you are. But I'm in Nigeria, assuming I want to sell to Cameroon and I want to see what people are saying in Cameroon. So this is Cameroon. I'm just going to select it. Then the next thing you want to do is come to this place that says add category. You can see it here. Again, you want to select it and then select all ads. You can see it here, select all ads. Now, after you've selected all ads, the next thing you want to do is to search. So you're selling wedding rings, all right? So let's see, wedding rings. So we're going to see everything about wedding rings popping up. Anybody who sells wedding rings, we're going to see their ads. Okay, so you can see some of the ads that are coming out here. Look at what this person is so short. Okay, so I think this is a theme. Let's skip that. Good. Let's see somebody good. Look at this person's ads, right? And this ad has been running since the 25th of November. It says Black Week. Okay. Okay, I think it's written a little bit in French because I searched Cameroon, remember? So that's quite normal. Look at another one here. Say, get your wedding band just in time for the holiday. Shop wedding bands now and all that. So you can see what all these people are doing behind the scenes, right? And then in short, it looks like people don't really promote wedding rings in Cameroon based on what I'm seeing. I'm just seeing a very, very little number of ads. I'm sure if I searched under Nigeria, we see a lot more ads. So let me check let me prove myself right or wrong. Okay, so let me choose Nigeria as my location and I apply. My apply button is hidden. Okay, so I've chosen Nigeria as my location. I have to come back to this ad category, select all ads, apply, and then search for wedding rings. Okay, so let's search for wedding rings. I think I should see way more examples here. So this is just one way to research your competition. Another way to research your competition is to go on wedding groups, right, and see what people are saying about wedding rings. Just search for wedding rings, see what people are saying. Okay, look at this one here. Look at this one here. The first one, it says payment on delivery nationwide, our biggest sales of the year, blah blah blah, whatever. It's here. You can see more ads on wedding rings and all that, all showing up here. Okay, see this one here. Look at this one. Why is it hooking? Oh my god, sorry. Okay, for some reason. Look at this one here that says Azora Gems, right? Make statement with our wedding rings designed to impress. Price range 12,000 20. So this is how you can really research your competition and see what they're doing and whatnot. So we're not going to dwell so much on this. There are so many other ways to research your competition, such as going to ask people who are into this business that how much are they actually selling that stuff at that point. So you can always ask them. All right, so the next thing you want to do is bulk selling. All right, the next thing you want to do is bulk selling. I always advise people to sell in bulk. It's the best and fastest way to make a lot of money, right? Find a way to sell in bulk, right? No matter what product you have, find a way to sell it in bulk, because the moment you can sell it in bulk, you're going to sell out faster. You're going to sell out way more faster than somebody who is selling retail. Retail is good, no problem with retail, but retail makes you spend more time selling. I mean, you have a lot of time. You have your products in your hand. You have to find people to buy from you one. And this is not bad, but if you really want to make a lot of money, the real money comes in selling in bulk. Let us assume you can find a way to sell 5 of your products at the same time, right? Anybody who is buying gets to buy 5, and you might reduce the price a little bit, of course, but what happens is you're able to clear your stock really fast and trying to find individual buyers. Okay, so finding a way to sell in bulk, and we're going to talk about that as we proceed, is very important. The next thing is bonuses, right? So if you're an affiliate marketer, you even sell physical product, you can find a way to add bonuses, right? Relevant, related bonuses. And we're going to cover this example. I'm going to show you some examples of how we added bonuses in this. You can see them in the bottom here. The next thing is you want to add elements of urgency, scarcity, and fear of missing out. This is like the most important part of your offer. Because if you don't add this urgency and and scarcity and fear of missing out, FOMO, what happens is people feel they can always come and get your product anytime. And there's a problem with the human nature. The human nature loves to procrastinate. And so once you give them the impression that, you are always going to be, this offer is always going to be there, you can come anytime, you can come and get it tomorrow. Well, the problem is tomorrow will never come. And so they will never buy that stuff from you. But when you tell them, hey, this stuff is limited, we have only 5 available, and the offer is ending by 12 midnight, well, it forces them to make that emotional decision. Should I buy right now or should I not? And so most of the time when they want that thing badly, they just need that push to get it. they immediately jump into your offer, right? They immediately want to buy it. And so that is the basics, the psychology of selling. You need to have your elements of urgency. Urgency is you want them to act right now. Scarcity tells them, hey, you can't just say you go and come back, because by the time you go and come back, well, you're not going to get this offer again. And then, you have your fear of missing out. This stuff is so good and we are giving it out to only 5 people. If you miss this, you miss this, there's nothing more for you. And so something like this is really cool and is going to make your offer stand out. So do not create an offer without including these elements. Do not create an offer without including these elements. Now, another thing that makes a very, very good offer is the price. The price has to be very low relative to the value, right? The price has to be low relative to the value. So let us say, let us look at affiliate marketing again, for example, or course creation. And let us assume the value of what you're teaching people, you're selling people, or your course may be like 100K, and your price is going for like maybe 10K. Now that's a very good offer, because people say, wow, this stuff that can make me 100K, I can simply buy it for 10K. You understand? So it is a very low price relative to the value. So let's assume you have something that's been proven to make somebody 500K, 400K, and you're selling it for 10K. It shows that what the value is, the price is low relative to the value. Looking at physical product, let's assume that there is you're selling let's say rings again. Let's use these rings for example, luxury rings that if these guys knew they were to walk into a boutique, or I don't know, all these jewelry shop, right? They were going to buy it like 10 times the price, or maybe 3 or 4 times the price, but because you know how to bring it to them, yeah, they are getting at a much cheaper price and the value remains the same. Well, it makes that your offer so valuable in their sites that they want to get it. So this is another very important part. So very importantly, understand your pricing. Now, if you're selling in bulk, there's a little tweaking you're going to do with your pricing, where you're going to reduce your price, right, a little bit, so that you can sell more. And I'm going to give you some examples so you see how it works. Now, the next thing is social proof or testimonials. This works very well when you have those, you have people, maybe they are listening to you, they are in your groups, they are in your WhatsApp group. Remember, we've said everybody who is taking this training, if you're selling as a affiliate marketer, or you're selling as a WhatsApp vendor, you want to have a follow-up group, right? And so this is where your social proof will come into play, and we've described that in depth. We've covered that, how to do that in your WhatsApp groups, right? And then the last thing your offer must have is, what action should these people take? That is your simple call to action. What action should they take? Should they click the link right now? Should they pay into a social account? What should they do? That is what your simple call to action has. So these are all elements of your offer. For example, you want them to buy right now, you tell them click the link to buy. You want them to buy right now, you tell them transfer money into so and so account. You want them to message you on WhatsApp, tell them, okay, send us a message on WhatsApp. So that's basically it. So let's look at some examples of some offers, and we're going to just look at it in 2 different ways. First, let's talk about for WhatsApp vendors. I want you to know that your offer is built around price, because you're selling commodity products. You're in the commodity market. All right. So everything you're going to be doing is you are competing with others based on price. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it depends on you, how you look at it. But basically, you're competing with others based on price. Okay. So look at this example here. This person is selling rings, so we say get 2 sets of rings for 47,600 instead of 60,000, plus a free complimentary wristwatch. Now we only have 5 sets available for the first 5 people. Simply send a WhatsApp DM to place your order now. So let's analyze this particular example. Firstly, this example gives a very good deal, right? It gives a low price relative to value. So something they would have gotten for 60,000, they are getting for 47,600. And then it also sells in bulk, right? They are buying 2. Okay, so you can even increase this to 3, but you have to, that's why I say you have to understand what your competition are doing. You have to understand your market. most of the time, people who buy rings, especially wedding rings, are not buying for more than 2 people. So there's no need buying more than 2 rings. So you cannot say buy 3 rings. It does not make any sense. 2 is the perfect number that we sell. Okay. So, but let's look at another example below. You can see this one that says get 5 weeks for 27,000 instead of 35,000 and win one of our 3 luxury hairnets when you order today. Delivery is free nationwide. So let's analyze this again. Okay, I think something is missing here. We didn't have a simple call to action. So let's add it. Send a WhatsApp DM. WhatsApp DM to order. Okay, so now coming back to this. Okay, so we said get 5 weeks for 27,000 instead of 35,000 and win one of our 3 luxury hairnets when you order today. Delivery is free nationwide. Send a DM to order. Okay, so let's look at this particular one again and analyze it. Firstly, we're selling in bulk. Why? We're telling them to buy 5. If they buy 5, they will get it at a way cheaper price than the normal price, which means each one is usually 7,000 naira, right? Times 5, that's 35,000. But we're telling them, hey, if you buy 5 at once, you're going to get it for 27,000. So we've dropped our price a good deal, right? We've dropped our price a good deal and we're allowing them to get it in bulk. We are not going to make as much profit as possible, like if we were selling one, but we're going to sell out really fast. Because if we had 100 units, for example, and we did this, somebody will just come and pick 5. If we get 20 people, we've sold out already. Meanwhile, if we were to sell one, we will need to get 100 people. So you've saved yourself time here. You might not have made as much profit, but you've saved a lot of time. Okay? So you will still make profit, of course. Now, another thing I want you to take note here with this example is if only 5 sets available. This creates urgency, scarcity, and fear of missing out. Because people will be like, this thing, I have to get it now. Otherwise, I will not be among the first 5 people who will get it. Or they will say, okay, I have to get this now because I'm going to miss it. By the time I come back, 5 people have already taken it. So there's a fear of missing out, and this is going to help you sell very well, very, very well. Now, another thing another thing here we need to look at is the delivery is free nationwide. This is a bonus, right? We added a bonus. Instead of you paying for delivery, it's free nationwide. But I want you to be very careful here. Ensure that your profit is inside the money you're putting. Ensure that any delivery you're doing is inside the money they are paying. You cannot sell for less than the cost of production. Never sell for less than the cost of, even if you're selling in bulk. Do not sell for less than the cost of production. You should always have your profit on top of the cost of production. So you have to be very good with your math to make sure that you are not selling for less than your price of production, because otherwise you're going to be losing. So let us assume these weeks we were talking about cost us just 3,000 naira to purchase them. And so if we said 3,000 naira times 7 weeks, that will be 3 times 7, that's 21k, right? And so we're selling them for 27k. So we've covered it. Let's assume it cost us 2,000. I'm just doing some rough assumptions here to deliver nationwide to anybody who buys it, right? So if you calculate that, 21,000, right, plus 2,000, that is 23,000. And so we have 4,000 naira profit on top of every 4,600 naira profit on top of every sale. Okay, so this is how 4,000 naira profit on top of every sale. So this is how you do it. Ensure that your profit is inside, and everything you're spending, everything you're selling it for covers your profit, your money for running ads or whatever it is. Just ensure that your profit comes out of the whole thing. Okay, and it should not be gross profit, it should be net profit. So what do we mean by gross or net profit? Gross profit is the total amount, the total profit you've made, but you have not yet minus maybe how much you're using paying staff, your amount of data, your amount spent on data, amount spent on delivery, and all that. Those are all gross profit, and they should all be removed. Make sure you have a positive net profit. Net profit is the final amount that comes to you that says, oh, I am making money, and that you can use to do other things. Net profit is the core part of business. Any business that's not making net profit is not profitable. Okay, any business that is not making net profit is not profitable. All right, so let's look at another example that talks that speaks to affiliate marketers, course creators, and all that. Firstly, I want you to know that your offer is built around you, which means in this case you are the commodity. Unlike when you're selling as a WhatsApp vendor, you're selling physical products. Here you are the commodity. People buy because of you. Okay, so you have to sell yourself. If people do not like you, they're not going to buy what you're selling. Whether you're an affiliate marketer, whatever, you have to present yourself in a way people like you. So this works for affiliate marketers and course creators. And so that is why you will see when you get on webinars, they first try to introduce themselves and their stories, because people buy because of you. Nobody cares about the product as much as they care about how you care about the product. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when giving out your offer is that you want to make a very clear explanation or clear presentation of what these people are going to get inside the core product. Okay, so let's assume you sell an affiliate product. Let's say Expert Now. For those of you who know Expert Now, they are selling the 72 IG. I'm just assuming. I don't know if they are still selling it, but let's assume you're selling the 72 IG course. You want to explain the core product. How do people benefit? What are the things inside that they are going to learn? What are the advantages they're going to get? And who do they become from the things they are learning inside our core product? That's the first thing you want to do. Okay, so let's assume that you have maybe the course, maybe it's a course on how to relocate abroad. So you have some modules like how to get your passport, how to pass your application, your visa application, how to easily get a place to stay when you relocate. I'm just assuming now. Okay, so these are all different points on their own, right? And so for each one, you want to explain it and you want to tell them the benefits and who they become. So for example, an example of who they become is when they study the module on how to get their passport, you tell them, okay, by learning this module, you will not only know how to get your passport by yourself, but you're going to save money that you would have paid to an agent to get you a passport. You also save yourself the possibility that that agent is a scammer and run away with your money, right? So you have explained what they will be getting inside that particular module or part of your course. Okay. The next thing is you told them, okay, you can, you can pass your visa application. So again, you go ahead to explain the benefits of doing that thing and who they become. Okay. So if you pass your visa, if you learn how to pass your visa application, it means that you will not have to reapply. It means that you will be able to go on first try and you save money and all that, every other thing. So you give them the benefits and everything they're supposed to learn. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is you want to add bonuses, right? That's the second part of your offer. You want to add bonuses. What are some extra bonuses that is relevant to them? So let us assume you're selling the course on how to relocate. Again, as an affiliate, a bonus could be maybe a course on UI UX. UI UX is design, website design and app design and all that. And so what is that bonus for? Or if they learn this skill, when they go there, they don't need to wash toilets, they don't need to take care of the elderly and all that. They can actually make money while they are studying simply by offering this skill to other people, and all that. So this is a bonus and it's very relevant because a lot of people travel abroad and they don't have any skills, and so they have to start doing all these menial jobs that they would never have done with if they were in Africa and all that. So this is a very relevant stuff you get. So by being able to add relevant bonuses like this, your course starts to make sense. Do you get? Your course starts to make sense. So sometimes this bonus let us assume you're an affiliate marketer again. So sometimes this bonus may have to be provided by you. The person who has the original course, who has the original course that you're promoting, might not have added these bonuses. So sometimes you might need to add them because again, people buy because of you. And so when you tell them, hey, this is my own special bonus I'm adding to you for taking this stuff today, it gives that stuff so much more value in the eyes of this person. So as many bonuses as you can. Sometimes it might just be an ebook. Sometimes it might be a free consultation call. Sometimes it could be that you could help them do one or two things on their journey. So let's say for example, as an affiliate marketer, they buy your affiliate program. You could tell them that, hey, if you buy this stuff, I will help you in setting up ads, right? I'll help you in setting up your ads, or I'll help you in writing your copy, or whatever it is. You just doing an extra bonus to get them to take action, to make your product way more valuable. And that's that. Now, another thing you want to add is mentorships and challenges. When it comes to to digital products, right? Information products, people do not want to buy anything that does not have mentorship. They want to know that they will not be left alone to study. They want to know that they will not be left alone to figure things out. Most of you only bought this program because I offered mentorship, right? So if not, you've probably bought a ton of Facebook ads program which you just got lost somewhere and you didn't continue with it, right? So you bought it because, oh, there's mentorship. Oh, there's two staff that's going to guide us. Oh, we have Sunday classes. Oh, there's also going to be a challenge. You bought it because of all this stuff. So it's the same thing you want to do as an affiliate. You want to have your own mentorship program, and you want to even create challenges. You can tell them, oh, we're going to be hosting a challenge. If you join us, you buy this program, you join us, we're going to be hosting a challenge of the first 10 people that can reach $1,000. I'm going to give them this or whatever. It doesn't really matter to you. You may not even have to put a gift, right? You can just ensure that they are covered, right? So the next thing you want to do is your pricing. So you want to have first off, sorry. Okay, so first off, you want to have value of the product and its bonuses. So you want to tell them the value, right? What is the value? When you stack up everything, this is what you get in module 1, this is what you get in module 2, this is what you get in module 3. Add all the value. You tell them the value, just like we explained earlier, that the price of must be low compared to the value. So you give them the value, and then you tell them the final pricing. Okay, so this is what constitutes your offer as an affiliate marketer. Now let's talk about one last thing, right? Your offer is about getting people to take action now. This is why you cannot joke with the urgency and scarcity parts and fear of missing out parts. What can you give people that activates their greed, that activates their fears, that activate their desires, that they want to jump on what you're selling right now? That is what you should be thinking about in crafting your offer. So I've given you some examples here. Go ahead and craft your offer, which you're going to be using shortly. Wish you success. Cheers.